When it comes to bass gear, my dreams often revolve around collaborations between two brands, which, let's be honest, is mostly just wishful thinking. It's a rare occurrence that brands actually work together to create something special, but rare doesn't mean never. Hi everyone, welcome to Bass the World. My name is Gregor and today I'm accompanied by my buddy René Flexenhaar on bass. And this is the LB-30 2N by Ashdown, a 30-watt tube amp with built-in power soak and digital tube amp simulation courtesy of 2Notes Audio Engineering. I honestly can't believe this exists because I lobbied for this, and not just something like this, but exactly this. Here's my Ashdown little stubby. It's my favorite tube amp for recording. It's 30 watts, it sounds great, and it's surprisingly light and portable for a tube amp. And this is my Captor X by 2Notes, a power soak with the most advanced speaker simulation software on the planet built in. These two together are an absolute weapon, and not only in the studio. If you love tube sounds and you want to play the real thing but can't be bothered to carry around one of those cute tiny little cabinets, this is the best option I can think of. A power soak is a really cool invention for tube amps. You connect it to one of the speaker outs and instead of sending signal to its speaker, it transforms the energy into heat. That means you can turn the amp up and get it to a sweet spot or a certain volume that couldn't be achieved with a speaker attached when there's also people in the room with ears that can bleed. The power soak allows to turn your amp up and get these sweet sounds, but at a volume that allows for humans to exist nearby. 30 watts aren't nearly as brutal as let's say 300, like this cute little SVT amp back there, but believe me, it's still loud as hell. But the best part about the built-in power soak is that you actually don't need a cabinet at all, which I think is the very first time in any tube bass head, correct me if I'm wrong. This amp can sit standalone on your desk and function as something like a recording preamp. Brilliant. Let's have a quick run through the controls. On the front panel we have inputs for active and passive basses. They are a bit sensitive, so the active in will be the right choice also for many passive basses. Underneath sits an effects loop. As controls we have an input gain, the master volume, a 4-band EQ and a separate output level for the DI out, plus a 6-way selector for different speaker simulations. And not to forget of course the VU meter, which you will find in pretty much every Ashdown product out there. On the back it gets crazy, the good kind of crazy that is. A USB port to connect with your computer and a second one to charge your phone, I guess? We have MIDI in, MIDI out, two separate XLR DI outs. One for the cabinet simulation and one without it. Then there's an XLR in for reamping, which is really cool. But of course we also have the standard amp stuff. The main switch, a fan, headphone out, two speaker outs with either 4 or 8 ohms. And there's a tiny little button to reboot the 2Notes unit should it ever crash for some reason. This unit here is actually some sort of a prototype, that's why it looks a little bit up in the close-ups. Now let's talk about 2Notes for a bit. These guys have changed the world for guitar and bass players since, I don't know, since they exist, I guess. And not only with their hardware products like the Captor, but also with their amazing wall of sound software, which is free. It's my go-to for speaker and ambient room sounds, and you hear their stuff at some point in most of our videos. I think the software isn't totally free. You have to buy 2 virtual cabinets after a few weeks, which just cost a few bucks, so it's actually an absolute no-brainer. If you're recording anything on your computer, if you have a recording software on your computer, the Wall of Sound is an absolute must. For this amp, Two Notes recorded a versatile line of Ashdown cabinets that you can virtually combine with different microphones, put in different spaces, or even use with no room at all, which I love. What you see right now is what the Torpedo remote software looks like when the amp is connected to a computer. I can change tons of parameters here. There's even a EQ, some enhancers, and an additional digital tube amp section to get even more drive and saturation. Of course, you're not restricted only to Ashdown cabinets. These are only the ones that come with the amp. If you buy others from the Two Notes store, or maybe even have bought others through the Wall of Sound or any other Two Notes products, you can use them as well. I'm assuming this, to be honest. I haven't tried it, but I mean, come on. I have no words to explain how happy this makes me. And they even fixed an issue that all Two Notes products have so far, is that you actually, as a bass player, it's a rather bass specific issue, but as a bass player you want to have a parallel channel with no cabinet simulation at all to mix with the cabinet sound. And this amp has two DI outs, one with and one without the cabinet simulation. Amazing. Just for the record, all the sounds you hear in this video are taken from the Torpedo out to showcase the different cabinet or the virtual cabinets that come with the amp. Next time I'm firing this up in an actual studio session, I will probably use both outs, or maybe even get a signal before the amp and get it to a clean preamp. Something like that. If you want to learn more about the amp itself, the tubes and all the little things going on inside, I know I didn't really talk about this. I mean, it's just a really good sounding amp. That's the main important thing for me. But if you want to learn more about it, of course, go to the Ashdown website, or maybe also watch the video of the little stubby that we recorded 3-4 years ago when this came out. When we talked about this, the amps are almost the same, so that's a good way. Otherwise, Ashdown, Mark, and of course also Guillaume from Two Notes, I love you guys. Thanks so much for making this happen. Thanks so much for making my dream come true. Just a little disclaimer at the end, I don't actually believe they built this because I asked them to. I'm not that full of myself yet, I guess. But maybe I helped to nudge them in the right direction. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's here. I'm happy. And yeah, that's it. If you want to check it out, if you want to learn more, if you want to buy one of those, check the links in the video description below to different dealers to the Ashdown website. And otherwise, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, like this video, buy our merch, which I'm not wearing today, but I mean, you see it under the video. And see you next week. Bye bye. BassTheWorld.